Ademola Lookman is being linked with a Manchester United move in the summer. Rodri has talked about the possibility of moving to Real Madrid if he leaves Manchester City. And Morocco are looking to build the world's largest football stadium ahead of the 2030 World Cup. All that and more in today's Football Fix. If you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Today we start with the news that Christopher Nkunku has been told to leave Chelsea and join Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. The French star has not had the greatest life at Chelsea so far in his first season, heavily injured throughout the majority of the campaign, and this year falling behind other players in the pecking order. PSG's president Nasser El-Khelaifi says that they are leaving the Parc des Princes. He says that he really likes it, as does everybody, and if he really wanted to go with his heart, then they wouldn't leave. However, he says that all major clubs in Europe have 80,000 seats. If we want to be at this level, we must expand the stadium. We have no other solution. We are going to leave. The city leaves us no choice. It's a decision of the city because we can't do what we want in the stadium. So where this is going to happen, how long it will take, absolutely no idea. But I'm assuming that they have not been able to potentially expand the stadium and therefore they have to move. The most random news of the day comes as it turns out that apparently Jason Derulo is actually a Premier League fan as he links up with them to do his Match Week 12 predictions, and he is also apparently a Leicester City fan. Who knew? A huge story today as a Premier League shareholders meeting happened and clubs approved changes to the league's associated party transaction rules following a legal challenge by Man City that you may have heard about maybe a month or two ago. There were a few opposers, 4 clubs in total, but what this basically means, if we put it to the most simplistic explanation, is you can no longer sponsor yourself and make up the numbers. For example, Leicester City are owned by King Power. The King Power Stadium will have to pay for the naming rights of the stadium. That may have a market value of an example number of £1 million. King Power cannot pay £5 million for that naming right because it is not close to the market value and it is clearly inflating sponsorship numbers. So that is the very basic explanation of what has been confirmed in this meeting today. As Spurs are set to face Manchester City with a great record in recent years, they are going to be without Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven, a really, really big double loss for them. Javier Mascherano is going to be the new head coach of Inter Miami. Agreement is done, and this is yet another link-up with old Barca days. We've already got Jordi Alba, Busquets, Suarez, Messi, and now Mascherano as the manager. It just was meant to be. Speaking of old link-ups, Jose Mourinho wants to bring Cristiano Ronaldo to Fenerbahce. With Ronaldo's deal ending in June, Mourinho has apparently reached out asking if he is happy and whether he would like to join Fenerbahce if he leaves. Some big Premier League injury news. Ben White is going to be out for months. It has been different kind of struggles and it's never been the same thing, just multiple little niggly injuries that he has got, and it has got to a point where we have to protect the player, says Mikel Arteta. A big blow for Arsenal in their title hopes. Manchester United have contacted PSG over the possibility of signing Kolo Muani on loan in January. Not had the greatest life since moving to PSG following the World Cup. Manchester United have Xerxes and Højlund up front, and maybe Amorim is looking for a different option. News we reported on a few days ago is coming up again. Borussia Dortmund are interested in signing Jude Bellingham's baby brother. Job Bellingham, also known as the Mini Bellingham, has the potential to make a similar impact, they think, and so they are exploring a move for him either in January or the summer. Barcelona are in advanced talks to sign Jonathan Tah as a free agent in the summer ahead of Real Madrid. Bayern Munich were heavily linked in the summer, and it looked all but set that he was going to go there. However, things fell through, and he did not end up moving, and now he has got multiple suitors around Europe still looking to get that signature. As we talked about in the intro, Morocco are set to spend a whopping £389 million building the world's largest football stadium with a 115,000 seat capacity. It's supposed to be completed by 2028, and it will be part of Morocco's preparations, where they are co-hosting the 2030 FIFA World Cup with Spain and Portugal. Could be incredible. Liverpool and Newcastle are set to go head-to-head for the signing of Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo. This could be a replacement for Salah, for Almiron. It's going to be interesting to see how much Brentford try to charge for him, considering how good he has been in the absence and eventual departure of Ivan Toney. Rodri has been asked some questions lately, especially after winning the Ballon d'Or, and he was specifically asked about Real Madrid and what happens if there is interest from the Spanish giants. And he said, obviously, when Real Madrid, the best and most successful club in history, calls you, it's an honour. You always have to pay attention. So not only has he not said, for example, I am staying at City for the remainder of my career, I want to become a club icon that is remembered for decades, he has also massively praised Real Madrid. So is this something that we could see going forward? He did previously play for Atletico Madrid. Doesn't really seem like he has any bad blood from his time there in terms of playing for Real. So maybe in a few years' time, this could be a reality. As could the idea of Antony going to the Turkish league, as Besiktas are ready to make an offer to sign him on loan this January. He has had one of the most torrid times in the Premier League after signing recently, and one of the biggest flops that the Premier League has ever seen as it stands. He does have many years ahead of him. Could he manage to sort of claw things back under Ruben Amorim? Maybe. However, multiple links coming out with this one a key one in terms of him leaving the club. Lamine Yamal is set to extend his contract at Barcelona by a further 6 years as soon as he turns 18 years of age. He will have a £1 billion release clause, which might sound crazy, but it is standard in La Liga. Many players have had 1 billion release clauses for the last decade. Benzema was one of the first that had it. It is a normal thing. However, with the way that transfer fees are going, maybe they'll have to up that at some point. And the final story is that Manchester United are ready to compete with Real Madrid for the signing of Ademola Lookman in the summer. I am very much questioning why Real Madrid would need to sign Lookman at all, unless someone like Rodrigo is set to leave the club. They also have more up-and-coming players that can play in these positions, so completely unnecessary for them. Also, it isn't a completely free transfer, so I don't know why they're looking at this. Manchester United, though, this would be a great signing. I wish that he would have stayed at Leicester. However, finances at the time meant that could not happen. Will we see him back in the Premier League at United? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. See you tomorrow.